Hello friends, today I am going to talk about mysterious Nazca Lines of Peru. To watch more facts on various topics, do hit the like, share and subscribe buttons of our channel. Some 250 miles south of Lima, Peru, not far from the shores of the Pacific Ocean, there is a great ARID plains, the site of one of the world's oldest mysteries. Stretching across Peru's Nazca Desert are gigantic drawings or geoclips only visible from sky. Known as the Nazca Lines, they were rediscovered in the 1920s when the aircraft flew over the area. We now know that they were created by the ancient Nazca people between 200 BCE and 700 CE by taking away strips of the dark oxide-coated pebbles that litter the desert to reveal the light dirt beneath. The mystery is, why did they do it? Created by the ancient Nazca culture in South America and depicting various plants, animals and shapes, the 2000-year-old Nazca Lines can only be fully appreciated when viewed from the air given their massive size. Despite being studied for over 80 years, the geoclipses, which were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994, are still a mystery to the researchers. There are three basic types of Nazca lines: straight lines, geometric designs, and pictorial representations. First, we'll talk about the runway. The length of the runway is 55 meters and it bangs like this, fans out across the desert in a pattern that looks like the runway of a modern airport. Hardly surprising, then, that some people came up with the theory that aliens visited the area long ago and built these long strips as landing areas for their spaceships. Secondly, we'll talk about the monkey. The drawing of the monkey is about 55 meters. The Nazca people did not worry about the accuracy in the drawing of the animal. The monkey has 3 toes on each foot, 4 fingers on one hand and 5 on the other. As a result, some historians wonder whether the numbers had a special meaning. Next, we'll talk about the Spaceman. The total length of the Spaceman drawing is about 32 meters. The Nazca geoclips include humanoid figures. The most famous is the one shown here, nicknamed the Spaceman, discovered in 1982. Others include E.T., the man with the hat, and the executioner. Next, we'll talk about the pelican. The total length of the pelican figure is about 285 meters. The pelican is the largest of the geoclips created by the Nazca people. At first, people could not believe that the Nazca could draw a picture so big, but in the 1980s, archaeologists showed it was possible with a small team and a simple surveying equipment. There are a lot of theories being discussed about the Nazca lines. No one really knows why the Nazca people made these lines. Some believe that they acted like a giant map to locate underground water reserves, and that the pictures were of gods or names given to the water resources. Many experts believe that they were actually walking temples, lines along which the Nazca walked, led by a priest-like figure in a pattern dedicated to a particular god. There is also the theory that the lines are simply pictures intended for the gods to look down on, or they could point to a place on the horizon where the sun and the stars rise and set. Perhaps the Nazca actually flew up in primitive hot air balloons to see their pictures. Maybe the truth is up there. Archaeologists started excavating a buried city in the 1980s at Cahuachi, just south of the Nazca Lines. Along with the mummified remains of the Nazca people, pottery has been unearthed that has pattern painted on it, identical to the Nazca Lines themselves. Signs of an ancient weaving technique for making such patterns were also discovered, which could have been used to plan the Nazca Lines. Today, Drones are being used not just to find geocliffs, but to cover kilometers and kilometers and take thousands and thousands of pictures, which are then processed in very large computers. The images are so detailed that we can see a stone half an inch across. The result of the process known as photogrammetry is highly detailed three-dimensional mapping of large areas, which in the case of Nazca and Palpa lines is a huge boost for their protection. The Nazca mummies had elongated skulls. The elongated skulls of the Nazca mummies are absolutely real, but they, like the Nazca lines themselves, are a work of human hand. The Nazca performed what archaeologists call artificial cranial deformation, a practice that involves binding the skull of infants when they are pliable to create an alternate skull shape that lasts into the adulthood. It's a practice found among the ancient peoples around the world, thought to have been used as a kind of in-group marker to differentiate a tribe from outsiders, or perhaps as a sign of social status within a tribe. Till date, researchers could not fix the mystery behind Nazca lines. But someday, we will try to unearth the reason behind such marvels of our ancestors. See you in another exciting topic. Take care. Bye bye.